Happy New Year and welcome to the 2020 NFL playoffs. 20 teams are eliminated from the game. Now it's time to crown your wild card winners. And for that, I want to bring in the senior analyst for SportsLine, Larry Hartstein. He has a great track record for picking the winners week by week. And what'd you finish out with your season, Larry?
We went 54-35 against the spread, 61% on SportsLine, and let's just keep it rolling.
And Larry, we're focusing on the NFC Wild-Card races today, specifically the Seahawks and the Eagles right now. So what's the most striking betting angle or trend that you're seeing for this matchup?
So many interesting angles with this game. The Eagles in the role of an underdog, 5-0 against the spread the last 2 years as a playoff underdog. And in this wild card round, home dogs are 16-7-1 against the spread all time. But then on the other side, you look, these Seahawks have been much better on the road. They've already won in Philadelphia, 10-3-1 against the number, their last 14 road games.
And what can we take away from the first meeting and 17-9 Seattle win in Philadelphia in Week 12?
You know, not too much. The weather was terrible, rainy conditions. The yardage was about even. The Eagles had 5 turnovers. Seattle only had 2. And who broke the game open for Seattle was Rashad Penny, a 58-yard touchdown run. He had 129 yards on just 14 carries. He's out. Chris Carson is out. So I don't think I'm going to take too much from that meeting.
How can the Eagles overcome the absence of their key offensive playmakers for this matchup?
Yeah, they're a real mash unit, and they just lost their terrific right guard, Brandon Brooks, and Lane Johnston questionable. Zach Ertz may not play either. But look, Carson Wentz threw for 4,000 yards. The first time in Eagles history they had a 4,000-yard passer, and he had no receiver over 500 yards. He did it with Dallas Goedert, with Greg Ward. He's got Boston Scott, who ran for 3 touchdowns last week. They find a way to get it done. And look at this Seattle rush defense, 172 yards per game the last 3 weeks, 5.7 yards per carry. I think if Miles Sanders can give it a go, help out Boston Scott, they can keep the chains moving and keep this game tight and possibly win.
Well, thank you so much for your analysis and your expertise this week, Larry, and for joining us week by week and in the postseason. The Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles face off Sunday at 4:40 p.m. Eastern. Katie Johnston, CBS Philly.